Thursday, February 26th is today. Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining me in this video. There is this trending post that was attributed to Islamic cleric concerning the repeal of Sharia law that the United States government are actually demanding. So a lot of platforms, especially from northern Nigeria, are posting this. And as you can see, this is the content of this controversial statement. It reads that America asking for the removal of Sharia in Nigeria, and Nigerian Christians supporting this must know that they are inviting a problem that could divide this country. Yes, we actually know that the end game of everything is the division, which is the permanent solution to the crisis that is going on in Nigeria. And I am aware that that is the reason why the massive infiltration is currently going on. Even as I talk to you, the border of Benin Republic with Kwara going to Niger State, all those borders have been occupied by Al Qaeda, terrorists. But I'm happy that this is not one source intel. This is what the security agencies are. Everybody's aware. I think I even saw it on one news platform today. I don't know if it is Vanguard News or Sahara Reporter. So Al Qaeda terrorists in numbers are leaving the border of Mandi, trooping into Nigeria. What are they coming for? It's all about Sharia. These people want to lay offensive. What you are seeing in the Southwest now is nothing to be compared to what you're about to see in the nearest months or weeks to come. These people are coming to lay offensive on Southwest states. Security operatives should be aware of this, and everybody knows about this. So this is not confidential. This is not secret. So that is a part. At the end of this video, we are going to discuss this issue of Sharia and why the North may just opt for leaving the country if they ask them to drop the Sharia law. Don't forget that the Sharia law has never been part of Nigeria's system. It was brought in the year 1999 to 2001. That is the circle, the time they do Sharia crisis. They brought in so many money from international community to force, the thing into Nigerian constitution. And Obasanjo bowed to it, and it happened. So we are coming to that. Now, there is this statement I made in my previous video that Christopher Musa, who is the Honorable Minister of Defense now, that he made a statement that the Nigerian government brought in terrorists into the country. This is a statement made by Minister of Defense. He made this statement when he was CDS, Chief of Defense Staff. So I made that statement actually in 2 of my videos now, if not more than. So day before yesterday, I was talking to someone. He's a top-ranking police officer. So he was saying that the statement I made, that he have not seen where Christopher Musa made such statement, that such statement could trigger, the masses not to have confidence in the government. I said, do you think that the masses have confidence in the government? Absolutely no. And secondly, that I have series of videos attributed to this man. So I sent him some videos, and he was trying to say that, it may be we misunderstand him. No. Now, I want to talk more about this. Take a look at the video first.
Not allowing the enemy to bring into gaps between us. Boko Haram started because we protected them. They started as a small group, and if it had been nipped in the bud, we probably wouldn't have gotten to where we are today. The Lakrawas came in, we brought them in, and we said they are our friends and their families until they started attacking us. The message here is, when you grow a monster, he grows beyond you and wants to take more from you. So we must learn to say no to monsters. Any evil one that means by planning any evil against this country must never ever be supported, because it is the silence of the majority that gives them that opportunity to grow to who they become. The people must be part of the solution. I always want to remind people that the citizens, that the terrorists survive within the communities. If we allow them, they will thrive. If we disallow them, they will never survive. First and Second World War was very clear. When citizens stood up against the enemy, they didn't give them food, they didn't give them fuel, because sometimes you sit down and think, 16 years we'll be fighting Boko Haram, how have they been surviving? Who has been funding them? These are questions we should ask ourselves. Where are they getting the fuel they're getting? They're getting from us.
Now, if you watch this video, can you tell me that I am wrong to my statement when I said Christopher Musa said Nigeria brought in terrorists. He said we brought in terrorists. We see them as families, as friends. At the time they started killing us. And I also told you people about how Nakurawa came into this country. You know, sometimes it is important you people do research. Don't just come out to oppose what someone is saying. I'm the last person that we come to internet, come to online to talk about what I don't know. What am I going to gain, from it? So I should just set my camera and start talking what does not exist. No, I'm not the kind of person like that. No. So when I'm talking from what I know. I'm not talking from what I hear. Now, after the statement Christopher Musa made then, I did my findings. I discovered that government brought in these Nakurawa terrorists. So they brought them. They were asking them to teach people the tenets of Sharia, like how to dress, how to do this. They promised them security. First of all, how do you bring in foreigners who are not Nigerians, who don't have the same culture value system with you, and they came into Nigeria? You allowed them to start teaching something that is contrary to Nigerian constitution. You allow them to start teaching something that is contrary to Nigerian constitution. And at a time now, they see that you people brought them to teach Sharia, and you are not ready to become a totally Sharia country immediately. What do you want them to do? They've got to force themselves to start doing the work like the work that you brought them to do. They started doing it. And that is where we get to where we are today. Someone, also a governor, appointed Boko Haram a commissioner of religious affairs for the implementation of Sharia. So they are doing that because they have promised this terrorist group that you will help us to do the issue of Sharia. So don't blame Boko Haram, don't blame all these swap for what they are doing. They were contracted to do what they are doing. Look at what DSS is saying, that the ISWAP that went to St. Francis Xavier Catholic Church in Owo to kill people, that they were paid, they were contracted to do this. So these people are not doing this because they want to do this or they want to do any other thing. These people are contracted. They are telling them what to do. They use helicopters. They use all sort of thing to carry out their attacks, and they are being sponsored by the people in government. No, just look at what the CDS said. Many times if I come to tell people about Nigeria, they look surprised. Some of them are shocked to hear what is going on. But this has nothing to do with shock. This is not a shocking matter, okay? Because I really want you to digest it. I want you to think about this. I want you to know what is going on. This has nothing to do with religion. It has nothing to do with bias or political interest. It's all about talking reality out of issues, okay? I do not belong to any political party. Before you start thinking that it's all about, to do opposition. No, at all. I'm just trying to tell the people, know something about where you are so that you will not be taken by surprise, because so many Nigerians are surprised because of what they are seeing, what they are hearing, what they are feeling. Nigeria is full of surprises. But if you know the country, it will not be a surprise thing to you. No, it will never be a surprise thing to you, because the level at which we are going now, these terrorists are going so offensive. They are moving fast and fast, occupying the southern part. They are doing everything they could. They took over the country. And I have used so many times. I use, sometimes I use AI to see people's interest in comment section. Sometimes I go to the media platform of people who are in the southern Nigeria. Sometimes I go to the west. Sometimes I go to the east. Sometimes I visit Hausa, what is it called? BBC Hausa. If they publish something, I want to know the interest of these people. So when they publish that the US want to repeal Sharia law, so I copied the link of the content they publish. So I put it into my application to vet the interest and translate the content of the comments. Exactly, to give you percentage of people who are saying this, give you percentage of. So I do my research, I verify what I say. I can go to Sahara Reporters, for example, copy the link. If Sahara Reporter just published, for example, that Tinubu said that he's going to win 2027 election, for example, if I copy the link, I want to know what 2,000 people are saying there. I will just get the percentage of people who really want Tinubu to be president, who don't want Tinubu to be president. So to get these data is very easy and simple, but this is social media based data. Okay, it is social media based data. Then, if you also want to get data that is not from social media, we still know how to get those data. So this is not the time for people to be ignorant of what is going on in Nigeria. So that is the issue of what the police officer was then trying to tell me, that that what I said wasn't true. That Christopher Musa did not make that statement. That is the reason why I have to come again to re-emphasize it. And if Christopher Musa want to clarify this issue, he should come out and tell us who brought in these terrorists. They will not talk. In order to remove Jonathan again, more than 12 videos, I still have the documentaries of more than 12 videos. Politicians, they told us that they brought in terrorists to remove Jonathan again. So which terrorists are you people fighting? You are bringing terrorists, you are fighting terrorists here and there. Anyway, the issue of Sharia. I listened to Ruben Abati. Okay? I listened to Ruben Abati. And it was remaining just... Later, I was just saying, what is Ruben Abati thinking to say that Sharia must not be removed from Nigeria constitution? That is a constitutional matter. I wanted to say, is this person not a lawyer or a barrister? Like, I don't understand. What is he talking about? Sharia has never been in Nigerian constitution until a moment. If you can repeal every other law, you can repeal Sharia law and Sharia code and blasphemy law. If you put it into its matter of amendment, which one is you cannot abolish Sharia law? I don't understand Ruben Abati. I understand you are trying to protect your career, you are trying to make people to love you, but that statement doesn't make sense. It doesn't. Now, let's come to talk about this issue of Sharia. If we want Nigeria, of which I personally, I don't believe Nigeria can be a good place again. I don't believe that Nigeria can be a secondary state again. It is over. Nigeria is no longer a secondary state. So people should know the country they want. If you want a country where your freedom will be expressed and all those things, you must opt for the division of Nigeria. There is no painting about this. There is no politically correctness about this. Some people are already out to implement Sharia in Nigeria. Some people are already out supporting terrorism, paying billions of naira, doing all sorts of things for them. Some people are already out calling soldiers not to protect Catholic students who are Christians because there are some jihadis who don't want Western education. They are coming to kidnap them. And if you kidnap these students, you have to pay one person 40 million, pay for their blood. That is jizya tax. The government paid the jizya tax according to APF. So all these things, when you look at it, you will understand that forget about everything, all this political abracadabra that the people are doing. Nigeria is already under Sharia. It is only people who are awake, predominantly in the southeastern part of Nigeria, that are understanding what is going on. People from the middle belt, they woke up late. Yes, they woke up late. If these people understood what Ojukwu was saying right from time, when Ojukwu was emphasizing on regional governments, then Nigeria just have regional autonomy and control your security, all those. If they understood what Ojukwu was saying, I know Gowon, sorry to say this, is living in regret. He's living in regret. Do you see him talking again? No, because he can't just understand that this is the Nigeria he fought, killing over 5 million people to keep Nigeria the way Nigeria is. He fought to kill 5 million people, and his people, about 2 million, are already in IDP camps. Plateau, Benue State, all those axes, they are already in siege. This is the Nigeria he fought to keep one. So I know that Gowon must be living in regret. Let me tell you, we have to stop pretending. Everybody is pretending in this country. The government are pretending. The politicians are pretending. The security officers are pretending. We all are pretending because there is money that I can get if I am in the politics. It is my turn. Let me do this. After our turn, another person will come. Nobody you go solve Nigeria problem. Nigeria problem is big. I can't solve this, so it's just my turn. I do my 4 years, I leave. This is the black man mentality that is killing people. Anyway, it is what it is. Let me know what you think about this. Removing Sharia or dividing Nigeria. If you refuse to remove Sharia, we are going to carry out a massive campaign to repeal Sharia law. And anybody who says that we can't go that extent to talk about removing Sharia law, then let us opt for the division of Nigeria. Final full stop. This has nothing to do with problem crisis. No. Remove this Sharia law, because this is Sharia law that is promoting terrorism in Nigeria. Boko Haram said they need Sharia country. Islam said they need Sharia country. They are just saying it because the Sharia is there. You can put Sharia only maybe for marriage, or not using Sharia to do whatever you are doing, and you have the mind to say that it is the ambition of the whole Muslims in Nigeria to make Nigeria a Sharia state. Like, you have the boldness. I didn't blame all these people now. I blame ignorant Nigerians who do not understand what is going on. But if care is not taken, a lot of us are going to regret why we didn't wake up late.
Well, you see, people don't know what Sharia is all about. First of all, Sharia is the principles and practice of Islam. You can't separate Sharia from Islam. They are one and one. So any Muslim who tells you that he doesn't want to live his life according to Sharia, then he's not a Muslim.
Do you think Nigeria should become a Sharia nation?
That is my ambition, and that is the ambition of every Muslim in this country.
So, as a leader, governor, chairman, president, you are expected to run your affairs with the dictates of Sharia. So, as a leader, governor, chairman, president, you are expected to run your affairs with the dictates of Sharia.
Item 62 says National Assembly shall not make any law that affects Islamic law. So this second schedule. So this amendment is against second schedule, item 60.
Well, you see, people don't know what Sharia is all about. First of all, Sharia is the principles and practice of Islam. You can't separate Sharia from Islam. They are one and one. So any Muslim who tells you that he doesn't want to live his life according to Sharia, then he's not a Muslim, because he doesn't even know what is Islam. If you are a Muslim, you have to live your life according to the dictates of Sharia. From the time you are born up to the time you will marry, the relationship between you and your parents when you are small, your responsibility to them or their responsibility to you, the relationship between you and your wife, if you marry, how you will marry, your responsibility to your wife, then your responsibility to the neighbors, to the entire society, is all defined under Islam, under Sharia. That is what is called Sharia. It is not just the capital punishment that people are talking about. This is just part of one aspect of Sharia. The major aspect of Sharia is called mu'amala. That is how you relate to human beings, other human beings, even animals. There are ways we have to cut and kill our animals. There are ways you enter toilet. There is way you come out of toilet. So everything in Islam is defined under Sharia. So it's a code of life for Muslims. So as a leader, governor, chairman, president, you are expected to run your affairs with the dictates of Sharia.